Edge at 11 starts now.
Well, tonight on the Edge, a lot of rain, some snow, temperatures dipping below freezing.
It's created a dangerous situation out on the roads. Weather Authority Stephanie Mead joins us with a look outside.
Yeah.
Steph?
Yeah, so it was just a very damp day. So we're dealing with a lot of water just from the rain and the snow that we saw earlier today. About an inch or so for some spots in terms of the rain. Some locations picked up a little bit of a coating in terms of snow tonight. So it's going to be icy, and I do think it's going to remain icy through at least early Saturday morning. Temps today did top out in the 40s. That was earlier on in the day today. Lansing at 40 in the city too, 39 in Mount Pleasant, 38 degrees in Traverse City. Right now, most of us are in the upper 20s, low 30s, 30 Lansing, 29 in Detroit, and then 27 up near Bad Axe. Feel like temps mainly in the 20s and teens, so it's cold, and I do think it's going to remain cold over the next 24 hours or so. But the good news, at least for right now, we are mainly dry. We're not tracking any active precip. You notice a little bit of some lake effect snow kind of developing over Lake Huron. That possibly could get pushed onto parts of southeast Michigan as we head through the overnight and especially early tomorrow morning. So areas up near the thumb, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, you'll experience that first, but that's going to streamline its way down into parts of the metro area, down near as far south as parts of Monroe County, Lenawee County by 4, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. So just be aware of that, especially if you have early morning plans for work. Otherwise, temps tonight will fall into the 20s, maybe a few flurries as we head through the early morning hours. Overnight, temps will hit the lower 20s between the 6, 7, 8 o'clock hour. 29 tomorrow for a forecasted high. It's going to be cold. Feel like temps mainly in the teens through a good portion of the day tomorrow. And we might even squeeze out some sunshine before our next system on Sunday. That's going to bring in possibly some snow showers, maybe a mixed bag of precip just because temps will be climbing through the day. We're anticipated to top out near 40 degrees. So that snow shower chance Saturday early on moves out, but by Sunday morning, early afternoon by noon, we'll see a pretty decent swath of snow, maybe embedded in there. We could see some limited visibility, some heavier snow bands set up, but that will quickly exit out and give us maybe a quick inch to possibly 1.5 to 2 inches. Otherwise, we're kind of all over the place over the next 7 days or so in terms of temperatures. Most will be in the 40s to start the week, then low 30s by Tuesday, so kind of an up and down pattern here. 36 by Wednesday with our next chance of a wintry mix coming on Thursday. Brandon and Jess.
Well, you heard it from Steph. All the snow and rain this evening is making the roads slick all across Metro Detroit.
Let's check back in with Fox 2's Lauren Edwards. She saw several vehicles off the road in Oakland County. Joins us live from the Weather Beast to give us a look at the roads. How's it looking this hour, Lauren?
Guys, I am on 696 and 75, and I want to show you because it is clear, which is a good sign. You know, I've said we've been out for over 6 hours now, and a lot of the highways look like this, 696, 75, but we were out and about in Oakland County for most of the evening, and it was a much different story. The roads out there, very, very slick.
Driving around today, it was hard to see. There's a lot of snow coming down. The roads were pretty icy.
The Metro Detroit area hit with heavy snow Friday evening. This was I-75 in Oakland County. Some spots near whiteout conditions.
I'm not gonna lie, it's been pretty rough.
Roads have been a little icy. Honestly, like I was saying, I just ran out of gas like 10 minutes ago, like a mile down the road, so I actually had to run all the way here. I got here, forgot my wallet in the car, had to run all the way back and then came back, but now I'm here, good.
The evening commute began with rain, but then it turned into snow, creating some icy roads. A few vehicles like this one in Springfield Township wound up in ditches, but some other drivers say they were grateful their vehicles were winter ready.
Good winter tires, hopefully all-wheel drive, and you know, if not, throw a couple sandbags in the back, I guess.
The National Weather Service says Oakland and Macomb counties and any place along the M59 corridor got hit with at least 1.5 inches of snow and later ice, but help was nearby.
Saw some salt trucks, slowed down traffic a little bit, but it's keeping the roads nice and dry.
With temperatures falling to the teens overnight, the Weather Service's warning for all drivers is to slow down.
It always gets colder at night, so I feel like it's just gonna solidify the ice and it's gonna probably get 10 times worse.
Michigan State Police, they reported a few accidents, and their message is the exact same. Drive slow, drive cautiously. Reporting live from the Weather Beast, Lauren Edwards on the Edge.
So, Lauren, I just wanted to check in with you because are you able to now drive the speed limit? And when it was, you know, pretty dicey out there, how much slower were you going under the speed limit?
So very good questions. Earlier, of course, when it was whiteout conditions, we were well below the speed limit. I mean, you have to be in order just to keep traction, just to make sure that you get to your destination safely. Yes, we were way below, probably like 30 below that speed limit. But now it's much clearer. Again, the salt trucks have been out and about all evening, all night. And so we've been able to go the actual speed limit. So thank you for asking. But yes, all cars were slow. All cars drove appropriately tonight.
Lauren Edwards, we appreciate it. Be safe out there and have a good weekend.
Thank you.
Oh, God.
Terror tonight in Philadelphia after a small jet comes crashing down, sending a fireball into the sky. Several homes and vehicles struck and left ablaze in the crash. The plane was a medical transport jet that had just taken off from Northeast Philadelphia Airport. 6 people were on board, including a child patient, her mother, and 4 crew members. The plane was set to make a stop in Missouri before heading home to Mexico. The plane is registered to a company operating as MedJets.
Have recovered the Sikorsky black box. It is safely at the NTSB headquarters. It will begin an evaluation, just as the other 2 recorders did last night, to determine when and how to take action.
Well, military investigation into the deadly plane crash over the Potomac River is underway. The National Transportation Safety Board says that the data recorder from the helicopter has been recovered undamaged. 67 people lost their lives Wednesday night when the American Airlines passenger jet and an Army Black Hawk helicopter collided in midair near Reagan National Airport. Officials say the helicopter was on a training flight. So far, the bodies of 41 victims have been recovered from the Potomac. Meanwhile, President Trump continues to weigh in on that collision, intent on increasing staffing at air safety agencies.
Mr. Trump has been criticized for comments Thursday saying the air traffic controller involved was a, quote, DEI hire. Fox's Alexandria Hoff has more from the White House.
The Black Hawk was too high.
President Trump, joined by Interior Secretary Doug Burgum, signed additional executive action relating to reducing regulation. There, he was pressed on comments he had made about DEI hiring potentially contributing to Wednesday's deadly air collision.
I'd like to put it up front. We have to have the best people, the smartest people, the sharpest people as control tower experts, and that's what they have to be.
This afternoon, 13 Democratic state attorneys general signed a statement calling the president's claims baseless and an insult to those who are grieving and the individuals serving in the military and air traffic control. The White House reiterating the president's position.
We certainly have seen the deterioration of federal hiring standards at the Federal Aviation Administration, and the president wants to increase those standards. He wants pilots in this country who have the great responsibility of flying American citizens by the tens of millions every single day.
We're going to the winter White House. We're going to be working all weekend, and we'll see you down there.
Before departing to spend the weekend at Mar-a-Lago, President Trump met with the CEO of advanced computer chip maker NVIDIA.
We had a meeting. It was a good meeting.
Stock was rattled by China's AI startup DeepSeek.
Eventually, we're going to put tariffs on chips. We're going to put tariffs on oil and gas. That'll happen fairly soon. I think around the 18th of February.
Now, President Trump did say that the tariffs he plans to impose on Mexico, Canada, and China tomorrow may have an impact on American consumers. He says that that could be a temporary, short-term disruption. At the White House, Alexandria Hoff, Fox News.
And as a part of President Trump's return, sweeping changes have been made to federal websites.
That includes the purge of LGBTQ+ content, and the sites, they already look different. This is what the Department of Health and Human Services website looked like last week, and that same page looks like this as of Friday at 5 o'clock. The orders to purge these sites came down from the Oval Office. The Trump administration wiping clean content from sites under the DHHS umbrella, which includes the Centers for Disease Control and National Institutes of Health.
color me shocked, right? The president's attacking the LGBTQ community again. This is a war he started waging when he was campaigning, and now he's making good on promises he made to his base.
Emmy Zanatti with the Equality of Michigan Action Network says LGBTQ plus folks are already reeling with other executive orders targeting their community. Now this.
They try to wordsmith, they try to delete things, they try to, erase us essentially, but you can't do that, right? Trans people and LGBTQ people have been here since the beginning of time, right? And that's just evidenced by me standing here today.
As of Friday, unrelated LGBTQ plus content was taken down too, a tool the CDC uses to measure data on sexually transmitted infections, another to study natural disaster response, and there's no more access to tracking system on health-related behavior of high schoolers.
It's really disappointing to see. We're going to see how all of this continues to play out, and we're not going to issue any kind of knee-jerk reactions to the long-term impact until we know more.
So, Brandon, it's unclear if this is temporary or permanent. We did reach out to the CDC for comment. They did not get back with us in time for this story.
Yeah, this is something that a lot of people want to pay attention to because you have a bunch of marginalized people who feared that this would happen if President Trump got into office, which has happened. So it's been a very turbulent couple weeks for certain groups in our country.
Sure.
So we'll see how this continues to unfold.
Yeah, some of that unrelated content was just interesting, too, to see that disappear. But we're unsure if it's temporary or not, so we'll have to stay tuned.
All right, Jess, thank you. A 5-year-old boy from Royal Oak is killed after a hyperbaric chamber explodes at a Troy medical facility. The explosion happened this morning at the Oxford Center. The child's mother also suffered injuries to her arms after trying to save her son. Hyperbaric chambers are known for treating a wide range of conditions. One doctor says that patients cannot bring anything into the chamber and even have to wear special clothing.
Change it to 100% cotton. You don't want any synthetic fibers, anything with a spark risk, because we're operating at 100% oxygen, which is very flammable.
Well, investigators tell us that accidents involving hyperbaric chambers are extremely rare. The cause of the accident remains under investigation. The ex-boyfriend of missing one woman, Ashley Elkins, is now charged with her murder.
Elkins went missing on January 2nd.
We've said in the past that they had broken up back in September, and we've made it clear that, we can't speak to motive. I can't get in the mind of a murderer, of a psychotic killer, so we'll leave it at that for now. She was a mom who fought and cared and took care of her children. That's what he took away.
32-year-old DeAndre Booker was formally arraigned today for first-degree murder and other crimes. He has already been charged with lying to police after they collected evidence from his apartment in Roseville. Authorities searched a Macomb County landfill for days looking for Elkins, but didn't find her body. An alleged motive is still unclear.